Hey, what's up, my homesteaders? See, I think I saw D's Garden Adventures. Hey, D. Uh, saw North Georgia brother Joe Fix for you. Scotty, our way north brother, Scotty. Long Cross hashtag MTP is in here. Beverly Moffett and my birthday buddy, little sister Rebecca Touch by Yarn. How y'all doing? Glad y'all can make it. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it today. uh, I had to run up. I had to get off work a little late. Had to run up town, pick up stuff. I was going to work later, so I didn't even schedule it until I was already home, sitting here, ate me a little snack, and I said, "Oh man, I forgot to schedule it." So I hurried up and put it in. And hey, Suburban Hillbilly, the other Rebecca, how you doing? Hope you feeling better? Uh, so just kind of like everything went wild. But like I said, things gonna happen. I just put out a little short from my last video. I know I didn't get a lot of views on that one. I've been working on the tail light, and I did horrible camera work. You couldn't even see what I was doing most of the time. But I mean, that wasn't really the point of it. It wasn't like necessarily an instructional video. I just wanted y'all guys to hang out with me while I changed it. So, um, but in the short, it's titled Helicopter. I think I put something like How to Fly By or something on it. And while I'm talking, you can hear it loud coming in. It comes in over across the field up here. It makes a turn. If you go to the video and watch it, you see it a little more. Yeah, we're still praying for you, Rebecca. We really are. Uh, Hoping you get everything straight and doctors get right and get you back together. Well, you ain't apart, but get everything figured out. Hey, Doc Roper, how you doing? Bet you made it in. Beverly Moffitt's okay, y'all. Glad you're okay right now too. But I have not had a chance to see Doc Roper since the mini meetup at Biggins Barbecue in North Georgia, y'all. That's my little sister Nanny Tan. How you doing, girl? Uh, but yeah, I mean, it just seems like it's been forever ago, and then sometimes it's like, dang, wasn't it just last week we went up there? It's kind of wild. But yeah, that was a great trip, great day. I hope we get to do it again one day and get to see a whole lot more people. Uh, yeah, I did not trim. I'm all scratchy and itchy right now. Got lazy this week. But yeah, Gina's not in right now. She had to stop by and pick up her sister in town and take her home. Something was going on with them. Uh, Nothing bad. It's just something they were waiting on and all that. Hey, hey, hey. It's Gillum Farms. A brand new day, y'all. Hey, Johnny, glad you made it in, brother. But and I still got to get up there and get in there and catch up on those racing lives and videos and all that. I've been able to catch a couple of them. Dale put some out. I watched one or two of those. I think I watched one. Did I watch one of Johnny's? I'm not even seeing one of Johnny's yet, but I got to catch up on those. That was pretty good, fast runs. Uh, Johnny seen them, checked them out. Can't talk. Hey, Canadian Family Life. Hey, Tiffany, how you doing? Uh, it was basically uh, just put it out. So Johnny's just put out a video about the race. Y'all need to check that out for dang sure. There was one where I know that Dale put out where he had to turn Johnny's GoPro on that was on top of the car. So you get the bird's eye view on that one. Um, but yeah, the thing with Gina having to pick up her sister is they were making a purchase. And I may be able to show you a picture of that later if he sends me one. I don't know if he'll allow me to send him show it on here. I don't know. they're making a purchase, and she didn't want to sit through all the contracts and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, that little helicopter flyby I got in that last video toward the end there. That was one thing I've seen faster than that old big old GTO with Judgment Day on the side of it. That's the fast thing. I don't think I've seen faster than that in a while. But yeah, Gina said she'd probably be here in about 10 or 15 minutes, something like that. I don't know if she'd be popping in the chat or not. Maybe she'll be settling in by the time we about to get over with, because with her, I'm fitting to leave in a few minutes, and I'll be there in such and such time. It never happens. And when her and her sisters gets talking, you get here, well, I reckon I better go. Well, I reckon I better get down the road. Or, well, I better do this. And that's what somebody said one time. Well, that's a deep subject. The conversation just keeps going. So there is no telling. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. At least on the other side of it, you'll be feeling better. Any that dang dental surgery, and no joke. I had that root canal last year, before last, something like that. And that was rough. Well, the rough part was that big old needle they used to shoot all that stuff up in there to numb it with. But once that thing got numb, they could have just done whatever. It didn't bother me no more. Matter of fact, I was so nervous about going to have it done. I had to go over to Moultrie to get it done. I was so nervous about it, I didn't get much sleep that night before. So at different time when they was just sitting there drilling and wasn't saying nothing, I almost nodded off a couple of times. I was feeling nothing. So at any time, saw a helicopter. See, that one there, I thought at first, as loud as it was, that it might have been a military helicopter, but I'm not sure. I don't think it was. I think it was just a regular helicopter. But it may be somebody's personally owned, or it may have been something to do with the military. I don't know. They they might have been. It might have been that police helicopter flying around to see if I got any of that tall green stuff growing back there. I ain't talking about corn neither, but I ain't got none of that back there. If there's some of that back there, it ain't dang sure ain't mine. Although there's times I wish I had something to sell. But I mean, I mean, there's no way of telling for sure. I couldn't get a good look at it, and I couldn't get a good look at it after I filmed it. I should have flipped it on the phone and zoomed in to get a better, closer look. But I found out that when I flipped, when I turned the camera back to forward facing and go back to normal video, if I flip the part of the video, like in a video, if I don't flip it, you can't read what my hat says. Or my yard don't look right to me where I'm standing, or where I'm standing at don't look right. So I want to flip it and get it back where it looks like where I'm really at, and from the right vantage point. And if I flip the screen around during that, when I do that, it flips that too. So then that's looking backwards, and it messes everything up for me. So I reckon I'm ADHD about that, or not OCD. There's the initials. I'm looking for OCD about stuff like that. Ain't no problem, D. Yeah, I got the water stuff. I had to go check on the cows, make sure they would. I thought he had a cutoff up there on the spigot up there. I noticed we didn't have much pressure. So I think I'm having well problems again. I didn't have much pressure on the well out there. I went and looked, and the pressure gauge was down to about 20 and 20 pounds psi. And So I said, wait a minute, I cut the big valve on down on the side, and then a lot of water come out of it. And then I was heard psst. I'm like, oh, okay, now we're releasing some of the air pressure out. It might have tried to get waterlogged or something. So then I went up and looked and checked out the tank up there, and it turns out my nephew just put a hose in there and cut the water on high and left it. So right before I got to it, I heard water splash underneath my feet, and the cows have been drinking like I don't know what out of it. So I went ahead and cut it off. So I'll probably go up there in a little while after this is over. I may walk up there and check it again and see, make sure they got plenty of water. Because we weren't really even using the water trough before when they had access to the pond. We just letting them drink out of the pond and go in there and cool off and everything else. But and my nephew wasn't quite ready to get it set up yet. He was going to try to get some dirt. And hey, Randy Ridge, Eric and Tina, how y'all doing? But he was going to try to. But, well, we thought being as the guy across the road over here, was doing some work and building upon all he might have a pile of dirt over there he want to get rid of. I don't know if he does. So it may be that we actually have to see about getting that dump truck load of dirt brought out here. And so it'll probably be try to build the driveway back up because these log trucks is putting a beating on it. Well, I'm about it. A lot of the humps are smoothed out now, but it's packing it tight. And so I would love to be able to get that, get us a couple, at least one load of dirt to bring in to build that up and then build up at the gap. We can pull the fence back up tight again. And oh no, Nannytown, don't burn the rolls. Whew. That'll get you upset there. That's like forgetting to make the gravy. So we can tell you all about that. But, uh, but yeah, I think what we was going to probably do is fix the gap right here, and kind of smooth up the hill a little bit, and probably put a little up under where that old tank was at, where they walked the trench around it. Oh man, charcoal. Yeah, all the dinner rolls are charcoal now. Well, I said ask Joey. Joey wouldn't know who to talk to about it. Hey, BNS Odyssey, how y'all doing? Glad y'all made it in. Uh, but um, but yeah, apparently I think it was at Thanksgiving or something. Ginger forgot to make gravy, and Joey has never let her forget it. That's just like Dale talked about it the other day about how I nailed her pretty good on Joey having to fix the mower and stuff all the time and this and that and the other. Dang if I don't go out and try to tear something up myself. So and she did miss a beat. She got me good on that one too. I knew it was coming when she started talking. Hey, fair's fair. If you're gonna dish it out, you better take it. And I'm sure I'll mess up something with some food and she can give it to me about that. And she can have a good time messing with me about when I tried to do it. I think it was Tony's collaboration, Noodle November. When I just kept adding the sesame oil in there because I thought it was gone. I didn't have enough oil to finish cooking. Oh Lord! By the time I got the noodles out and took a bite, they tasted good, but there was so much oil on them it felt like you just put on chapstick. It was rough. You could get to a few bites and then it's like, nah, never mind. I'll fix something else. Made a roast with potatoes. Oh, excuse me. Nanny Tam said she made a roast with potatoes, carrots, gravy, rolls. Oh, and cheesecake too. You just flat made a Sunday dinner during the week. Lord have mercy. That sounds so good. And y'all, I don't know if Brother Johnny's still in here or not, but he messed around and he talked about the dadgum, the low carb diet, all that. Me and Jenny used to do it all the time. We do it for about a month or two and then get off of it. We go bloom right back up. But Johnny has talked about it enough, and I reckon me making that cake the other day and me and Gina sitting eating all that cake. He's got me on the darn low carb diet, y'all. You did it to me, Johnny. I said, you in the chat. I'm here. You cannot tell in the video yesterday, but I've actually lost a little bit. I can tell my uniform pants are harder to keep up. I may have to go up a notch on the old belt. So, and Gina's doing it too, and we're both trying to stay with it. I've been eating the little pouches of Starkist tuna. I bought myself a little bottle of Duke's mayo and would love to have some sweet salad cubes in there to put in there with it. That's why I normally do my tuna salad, but they won't allow us to have glass in the refrigerator at work. They don't allow us to have glass in the break room anywhere. If glass breaks, it can get out there and get contaminated somehow over to the main thing where they make the peanut butter. So, so I had to get a plastic squeeze bottle of sweet relish, which is not bad, but it's just not the same. But but yeah, I mean, yeah, Johnny, we trying to get on there with you, son. Trying to drop a few pounds. You know, that's what me and Gina talked about it up there at the meetup. How good you looked up there, and you slimmed up real good and everything, and how we need to do something about it. And then it finally came about because I sent Ginger a picture of it and Joey during the live a few weeks back. I made the I don't know if it's Duncan Hines or Betty Crocker or whatever. I think Betty Crocker. I got it at Dollar General. I bought a box of the yellow cake mix. Got a tin-foil pan, and I made a cake with chocolate icing on it. And after about a week of eating that big old, because it's just like a flat sheet cake, and big old square pieces we ate, it's like, oh Lord, something's going to change, son. Because we was wrecking that cake. Let me get back on it. Yeah. See that right there will get you if you have to do a bunch of traveling. Every time Gina has to go out of town and she's on a diet, it's hard for her to stick with it because they always want to go to the big Chinese hibachi places and fancy restaurants and stuff and eat real big meals and stuff. And it takes a toll and puts it right back on you. It's hard to watch carbs and count carbs out on the road. There's so many fast food places you'll wind up eating at and stuff. It's hard to stick with. Yeah, I was wondering about that hip there, Johnny. That's a pretty tender spot there on somebody. You don't realize how much you flex and use that hip until it's like your back. You don't realize how much you use it until it gets to hurt, and you realize just how much you use it. Now, do they think that's gonna maybe take the pressure off and fix whatever is wrong with that hip, Johnny, or is it just to get you by for a little while till you get the surgery? That's rough either way. I was about to hate to bring this back up. My father-in-law, a few years before um, I forget how many years it was before he passed away and all that crazy stuff happened. Um, this guy run into him with a bicycle in the parking lot and hit him right in the hip and took him down. And that's what we found out. People were talking about it. The police were talking about it. There was a rash of crimes going on around Douglas. People would run up and hit you with a bicycle, knock you down, and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to take you down. I didn't mean to hurt you, whatever." And go trying to help you up, and they pull your wallet out of your pocket while they were doing it. So yeah, that's what was about to happen. But luckily, two or three guys come running out of the restaurant they were at and ran over there to check him out. And the guy jumped on the bicycle and left and never caught him. That's right. Yeah, that's but yeah, but yeah, but they actually wound up breaking his hip. He had to go in the hospital and do all kinds of stuff. I think he had to have some minor, well, not minor, nothing's minor, but had surgery on that, try to get it fixed. He never did get a good walk back after that because they done so much damage to him. But yeah, that is a good idea, Johnny, about the lettuce wraps. Yeah, torn lumbar ligament. Yeah, yeah, as well. Yeah, dang, Johnny, I hate that for you, brother. Anytime you got to have a surgery like that, you're gonna be laid up for a while, and I hate it for you. I know how much you're active. You got to be out there checking on the cows every day. Oh, dang it. Dale's not having What's Up Wednesday on Facebook tonight, y'all. So I hate that you having a problem with your work getting in the way. I'm starting to do that right now a little myself, Dale. It's well for most companies, it's the end of the month for us, and they want to get a certain amount shipped out by the end of the month, and it's the end of the fiscal year. September's the end of the fiscal year, so they want to get everything they can get out. They can get out. So I might even be able to do a live next week. It may be that crazy. And we're probably going to have some kind of inventory in the year inventory next week, wall to wall. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, that is rough, Johnny. I hate that for you, brother. If you get laid up like that, Johnny, we may have to see if we can find a place that makes a 4-wheel drive rascal. That way, Christine can bring you out there and put you out, and you can just ride around out there with the cows. But no, I mean, all seriousness, I mean, I hate it for you, brother. We'll pray for you and everything. And it's just, it's bad to be, you feel like you're stuck, you're laid up, you can't do anything that you really want to do. And that's rough. I mean, I've experienced it a few times myself. And it's bad. You start to feel like you're caged up. You got to get out and do something. Yeah, that I got to see that video. I'm gonna check that. Well, like I say, after I get done here, I'm gonna probably step out there and make sure to see if my nephew cut the water back on or not. If he hadn't been over here or not. If he hadn't, I may cut the water back on, let it run for a little while at trough. May got to try to pick up a float to go in there where the water get to a certain level and cut off. Yeah, I walked out yesterday. We don't have any water pressure here. I walked out yesterday, and we see the water swirling real slow in that big old tank out there. And I started splashing as I was walking up the tank, and I was like, "Man, why did you just leave it on?" Nah, dang, dude, that's my light bill. Yes, Vernon Hillbilly, Rebecca. I know you've been dealing with all that stuff for a while now. We sure hate it for you too now. I'll throw some prayers out there for her too. Hey, D, do what you got to do. I appreciate so much for you coming in. Everybody stops by makes a difference. You too, D. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, I mean, yeah, I was able to catch at least one or two of Dale's lives from there. I know it was one at least that I watched, and it was pretty cool. And I think it was the second one I saw. It's like I saw a second one where that's one where Dale went over and reached over on top and cut the GoPro on top of the car. I gotta get a GoPro. That just seems so cool. And I hope some of that GoPro footage is in there. I think that'd be awesome. Because Dale even said in the video that might be that he might have been holding back a little bit. He wasn't sure if just the car just ran a little slower. But man, that thing come off the line hot. And Dale said that Johnny caught the guy at the other end before he got to the other end of the track and passed him. So, hey, still running strong. But yeah, I'm starting to see a little more open skyline around the back out here from all from the trees getting cut. So I heard a bump outside. That may be Janer here. Oh, do what you got to do, Nanny Tam. So sorry for that. I don't know if y'all seeing that in the chat. Nanny Tam's son had a heat stroke. She's got to go. We're praying for you. I'm gonna walk her now on wheelchair. Thanks, bro. I hate that for you. That's rough. It's bad when you can't hardly get around. My banker's getting nervous. Dale says his banker's getting nervous. He finna buy a hot rod. My footage I had to cut to make the video was from 3 GoPros, 2 cell phones, and my whoa. Yeah, Johnny, he was busy, man. I just take a video on my cell phone, and I hardly ever do really any real actual editing. I try to get it all in one shot, and I just leave mistakes and stuff in unless it's something I need to take out of the video. I always forget how to cut something out of a video with this little app I got. And but I mean, for the most part, it takes me like 5, 10 minutes, where I'll just kind of be skipping through the video as it's running through the editor, and I'm just mainly flipping the screen when I need to and stuff like that. You got all those videos, you spend a while. Oh, hey, Kristen, Bella's Whisper Farmstead, how you doing? Glad you made it. But yeah, you can spend a lot of money in a car like Johnny's got in a hurry. It don't take long. I was trying to put a 305 in an S15, and after I got the motor put together that I got from my father-in-law, which it was actually originally my motor, I was going to break it down and rebuild it, put it in my old Chevrolet truck. Then I had to sell the truck because I was fixing to be walking. So I had to sell the truck, and then my father-in-law kept the motor and built it, put it in his wife's, his mom's old Chevrolet Cheyenne, I think, GMC Cheyenne, something like that. I forget what she had. Now, she might have had the Silverado, but then he didn't like the way it sounded. There was something squeaking in there. So he took it out, and he thinks he didn't put a bearing right with the fuel pump. Well, the fuel pump went on that, and the rod pumped the fuel pump. And he thought that might have been what was squeaking and making that noise. So I said, I'll fix that. I bought an electric fuel pump when I put it in that S15. And I never was able to afford to get the carburetor. I was getting just scrap any scrap part I could from out the back of the service station that he had saved over the years, but he didn't hardly throw anything away. And I got up under there and put it on the rack, and I realized that the whole front end was gone. I mean, you grab tie rod ends and move them like this. I mean, it was just terrible. I was going to have a drive shaft built for it because the one I had, we had pieced together and we put an extra long. We put one with a yoke on it, like this long, going in the back of the transmission so it would fit. And you give it the gas, it goes like it's supposed to. But as soon as you get off the gas, the steering wheel was like that. I mean, it was shaky to death because there was all that play in that drive shaft. And I finally just said, you know what? I just can't afford to do this. I can't do it. Not where I was working at then. Me and Gina trying to pay for a vehicle and all that stuff. You know, at the time, I just had to give it up. So I have fond memories of it when I actually was able to borrow a good 750 Holly and put on that thing and it would ride. I had it on there for a couple of days, and then the guy bought it from me. Say, man, I got to get that back. Oh man, I hope you're gonna let me borrow it for a little while. Ain't nothing like that Dominator that Johnny's got. But, it was doing it. It surprised me that little 305. Like all he did was put flat top pistons in it and shaved the heads a little bit and put just a small cam in there, just a little something extra. That was it. But that Holly 750 was letting you roll. Had the Hurst. It was Hurst ratchet shifter. You pulled it back in reverse and drive, and then you ratchet it back through first, second, third, second, and first. You just pop it forward for your gears. It was fun to play with, but that money. Which I don't know if I should say anything or not. Tina told me earlier what my sister-in-law, when we borrowed the tractor money from, was doing. There she is. Uh, I hadn't said this yet, but they were in town. Gina had stopped by and pick up her sister because she didn't want to sit through all the paperwork and stuff like that. She wanted to go home. So Gina's just now got here, and they were in town making a purchase at the Dodge dealership in Douglas, and it would make Jesse oh so proud, and probably Ginger too. I heard I have not seen pictures yet, but I heard they just bought. I think it's some. I guess it's a new, or at least new to them, Jeep Gladiator. I know for sure Jesse would be proud to hear that one. But if I get pictures and they let me show them, I may show them in the next live, or if they send them to me tonight and they say it's okay, I may show them. But I mean, I don't know what they got, what color it is, anything. Cold on my leg. I do it every dang time. Pour from one to the other. 2020 red Jeep Gladiator. That's what they're getting. Hey, Lenny Okie, how you doing? But yeah, I'm not even sure who all went live at uh, Johnny's race this past weekend. Uh, I've got to look through some videos and other channels and check it out. I want to see some more of those races. It's been a long time since I went. Remember, God, it's been probably nearly 20 years ago, at least 15 or more, when Junior's dad took his 67 Chevelle 396 SS out there and tried to run it out there with street tires on it. And everybody was terrified because he started going down the track and it started spinning, getting sliding over a little bit. Oh man, thought he was going to hit that rail and tear that car up, and he hadn't been long got it repainted. I think he got it repainted like 2 or 3 times over the years, and he kept it under shelter. No, Regina did not get a Jeep Gladiator. That's her twin sister's husband. They both her twin sister and her husband just got one. But man, it wouldn't hook up. He wanted to start off in second where it would just take off and go instead of spinning so much. And the I think he said something wasn't right with the clutch in it. So because it was the 3 speed and the floor first, second, third. It was tough. He took me down the road at one time. You don't realize what that big block could do. I mean, this is just a 396. I think Johnny's car has got the 535 cubic inch engine in it. That's a real big block. But I know Gina's dad, when he took me down the road that one time, he burned them up in first, hit second, was spinning in second, and then slacked in third, spun a little bit more, and it finally hooked up and was gone. I looked over and it was at 90, and he had like this much gas pedal left. I mean, he had that much room he could push that pedal on to the floor. So they say he used to drive it at about 110, 120 wherever we went to. He was wild back in the day. Well, I ain't trying to spill no beans here, but Dina's been looking at something that's right there close to her twin sister's house that somebody's got for sale there, and very good price. And she might be getting an upgrade depending on what we get for this timber back here. Because she's in kind of desperate need of it. Certainly, the gladiators look awesome now, but I really like the way the old Jeeps look. The old Jeep trucks back in like the 70s and 80s. They had the wide looking front end, the big wide body on it, and the big bed back there. I mean, it's like you could sit like five people side by side in those things. They were so big. Okay, she's not sure it's still for sale, but she was looking at something for a very good price, especially for the year. But she was looking at something, and thank God it's something that don't sit this far off the ground like her car does. Oh, Dale, that still kills me. Man, I was laughing so hard that night. That's why I wish some of y'all would come over to when Dale does his Facebook Live. That was so funny. My face was like hurting from laughing. That was nuts. That was something else, y'all. Yeah, I paused there for a second. I could hear me and then on her computer right now. Normally we got this door shut, but it's still kind of warm out, so I got the door open, let some cool air get back here, and it's warmed up the last few days. It was nice the last week or so, but that temperature's climbed back up a little bit more. Lynn Yoki, Gina has received a brand new title because she did so well on Dale's Kahoot on Facebook the other night, last Wednesday night, and the Kahoot was all about farts, and Dale and everybody in there has dubbed her as the fart queen. Eat more crow. Hey, Mister C, how you doing, bud? I ain't seen you in a while. Have a good night, Dale. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Yeah, yeah. Dale and everybody dubbed her the fart queen that night because she just destroyed everybody in the competition. It was hilarious, and we laughed so hard. I'm telling y'all, man. That's a question that's been asked quite a bit over the last several months. Is how is Tiffany? Well, she's doing well. Oh, oh man. Better fart queen than shark queen. Suburban hillbilly. That's just a little hop, skip, and a jump, and a mild loss of sphincter control. A pickle pizza on flatbread that I made. Back in that time I got possibilities. I never thought about a pickle pizza. I mean, that sounds pretty good. I have had pickles on a meatball sub before, and it's not bad. So yeah, it does kind of make a little bit of sense. Oh, the last flatbread pizza I had was it was the microwave stuff. It was I can't remember if it's Stouffer's, maybe Red. No, I think it was Red Baron made some of those pizzas. The flavor was good. The pizza, I mean, the toppings and stuff was good, but that bread was so hard, especially microwave. I mean, you can't hardly get bread like that. Kosher dill pickles. See, yeah, that's why I wonder: the kosher deal or the hamburger deal chips be better? Yeah, but mine trying to, especially on this dang diet now, I can't have the crust. I mean, all the carbs and stuff. But if y'all saw the short I did Monday, uh, and we only got one of them left. It was the grilled hamburger steaks. Oh man, Gina actually told me that's like one of the best things I ever cooked. And I had to change my seasoning up because my regular seasoning was out of date. It was clumped up. I couldn't use it and didn't realize it. So I wound up using what I use on my steak and my pot roast. I use some, I think it's two gringos chupacabra steak seasoning. I put some of that and I put some just Lowry's seasoning salt in there with it. And I use the minced dehydrated onions in a little container and I shake a bunch of those in there because they rehydrate and put off that good onion flavor in there and kind of pump up a little bit. And Worcestershire sauce. Who's your sister sauce? Whatever they call it. I always do that. I'll put seasoning. Excuse me, y'all. Coke in there, but I'll put the seasoning. I'll put Worcestershire sauce, and I'll put the minced onions in there, and then I'll mix it in a bowl. And I'll do that 3 times. That way, I get my seasoning throughout the hamburgers. And I want to make them. That thing was about that big around. It's pretty good size. It's about that big. They were nice. There's one left. If I can get to it in time, we're gonna share it. We might share it. I actually grew up pork chops before that, and I had the stuffed peppers I got from the butcher shop. They're normally pretty good with stuff like that. But I started trying to eat them, and I'm like, oh my god! And I was kind of cut into it, and I cooked it good. The peppers were just right. I actually those little cubes of cheese they put on top of it never did melt, so I had to put some 4 cheese blend I had in there on top and melt it while they were on the grill. And I cut into it, and the pepper cut good, the hamburger cut good, and I didn't realize they put like that much cheese, the cream cheese, in the bottom of that bell pepper, and then put that much hamburger meat on top with those little pieces of cheese. So when you try to get in there and take a bite of it, you just get an overload of cream cheese, and it's just too much. Hey, that ain't even fair. You know, I like burgers. You're trying to keep me from getting that hamburger steak. Somehow we get started talking about food here every week. I don't know how. This is not the days and stuff. I guess it's just I guess I lucked out having my live around this time because everybody's trying to fix supper, especially on the East Coast. I actually found something, and I can't remember if I tried it or not last time we got them. I was at the dollar store today and I picked them up. It's called a crustless pizza, and it's actually got the bell pepper. I got Supreme. It's got the bell peppers, onions, all that stuff in. It's almost, I don't know how you describe it, like a little stew in a bowl, or the little microwave plate that comes in. Yes, microwavable, but it's got the bell peppers and onions and the sausage, the pork, and all that stuff mixed in there together, like you would have on Supreme Pizza. And I found them at Dollar General, and Gina likes them, and they're only like 25 grams of carbs and not that much sugars. So I mean, for low carb, they're not bad. Not for sitting down and have a meal. So I grabbed two of those today while I was in there. Yeah, we talked about the squirrel and the chitlins and all that stuff. And that's what shocked me. Somebody told me at work the other day, and then somebody turned around and said the same thing to me that for used to buy that bucket. They said the bucket of chitlins for like $9 or $10. They said now it is $40 for that bucket of chitlins. It's nuts. Is it really good though, Rebecca? The pickle pizza? I'm curious. I mean, it sounds good. I mean, it sounds like something different. Oh, yeah. I mean, oh, she done went and looked, y'all. Gina's done went and looked and come back with the carbs about that crustless pizza. But yeah, I mean, really, that's not bad if you're doing low carb. Which a lot of low carb, keto, whatever, a lot of them, you just, I think we're trying to do the old Atkins diet way back. That diet wants you for like the first 2 or 3 weeks, zero carb, no carbs whatsoever. But it's actually a little bit better if it's just low carb and work on your portion control too. Because if you go zero carb, that's like the first couple of weeks is murder because you need those carbs for energy sometimes. You kind of end up moping around a little bit. Yeah, the Parmesan cheese crisps, yeah. I've had a few of those, but you got to get the right one. Some of them are a little bit strong, hard to eat sometimes. Maybe if you had something you could dip them in, I would like them better that way. Hey, Ginger, how you doing, sister? It's about time. No, I'm just kidding. I know you got to work. I'm glad you made it home safe and everything. But I mean, Beverly, I may have been getting the wrong ones. I was getting some at the right there by the deli at Walmart, Parmesan crisps, in the bags, and they were okay. I could eat a few of them, but after a while, it kind of just got like, well, this feels like I'm eating just for the sake of eating. So, that's part of the reason that I kind of went all out, did the pork chops and the hamburger steak and stuff like that. It's like you got to do something to break up the monotony of this low carb diet, or you won't last long on it. You got to try to find different options to put together. Hey, it's hard to stay with. That's why we've got off it so many times, and I'm still trying to figure out ways. But one of the things I do love about it is I get to have steak. if I want steak, But you can't have the baked potato, but well, if you love the baked potato, I love a baked sweet potato on my steak, and that's carbs and well, the potato's got a bunch of carbs in it, but the sweet potato got carbs and sugar a lot. Massive no on this diet. But we're trying. I'm trying to get feeling better, and I want to get back into better shape. Like I want to feel better. I want to look better. I'm tired of looking at myself in the mirror and seeing that big old belly sticking out. And I think it'll be a whole lot better on my poor old knees. I'm tired of them hurting all the time, which will be way better for me next year, hopefully, to be able to go turkey hunting. So, yeah, Joey didn't make it down this past Sunday for the cow auction, so I guess I'll have to do it again so Joey can get some cows. So you can get Johnny to bring some hay. Yeah, that's what Johnny I think was talking about. Oh, excuse me, last week. If you have some cows and them on that mountain that y'all are on, wow, that that cow would probably be like bigger than Danny. Make him look small. He was like the big muscle up dog, and Tom and Jerry walked around on bowed up on his sideways on his front paw because he's so big. He wouldn't even load him up in a trailer to take him to the auction. He just took a chain to him. He pulled a truck and trailer right onto the auction. Yeah, Danny's a fine looking bull, yo. So I ain't seen him. He's a good looking bull. Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, little Elmer, he's already starting to be a good looking bull. I don't know if Johnny's going to keep him for something like that or if he's going to keep him to feed out next year or whatever. Go to freezer camp. But I could already see that old Elmer, he's getting that wide head on him, that thicker build already. Oh, man. I starting to bother me a little bit, y'all. I bet he did, Joey, like a Mack truck on steroids. We had one that was about his size before. That's the one that kept throwing the calves that was too big. We kept having to pull them and we was losing cows that was tearing the insides up. Uh, that's why my brother went with the smaller bull. Uh, Jenny calls him Bully. The other bull, Jenny called him Big after Biggie Smalls. He was big. He might have actually been a touch bigger than Danny. I looked him in the eye one day. We had a cow down out here, and she had the calf, and the calf was still trying to get up and stuff. And was staying there by her, but she couldn't get up. And she might not making it. And we, my brother was out there trying to put food by her head and had a water pan down there trying to give her some sweet feed, some water, trying to get her built back up to get back up, and she just couldn't ever get back up. But it's when you got one laying down like that, it's always danger. The other cow's going to walk all over them and finish them off. Not intentionally, but you know. And that bull walked up out there that day. I got my little fiberglass pole out the back. We got South Central Livestock. Just kind of tapped the cows, kind of like, move on, do your thing. And I walked up there toward him, and he looked at me with them big old black eyes. And I was like, get back from me. And he just kind of looked at me. Didn't even move. I try and look at my nephew, which his name's David. We call him Bull because he's bullheaded, sure enough. If you ever met him, you'll know. But I said, Bull. He said, what? I said, my 308 deer rifle's laying on that front seat. If there's something that gets on me, you get him off. But I stood there between them. I didn't want to walk over her, step on her or something, and hurt her and finish her off. She wound up going passing anyway. We tried to save her. And I really wish I'd seen that rig that Johnny had, which we didn't have a tractor with a buck at the time either. I wish I'd have seen that with the squeeze clamp where you hook on there and pick them up. Uh, if she hadn't had so much damage inside, it might have saved her. I don't know, but I mean, it's one of those things. That's why we got smaller bulls. Call him Bully. He's more of a compact, but he's like a smaller version of Danny. He's still kind of big, but I believe Danny would whoop him. But yeah, them bulls are dangerous. I mean, at times you got to be careful. I think Johnny now knows what he's doing, but still, you got to keep that in the back of your mind. Let me look, see if I got a way out. If something happens. We watched. Jenny used to have me watching that Fatal Attractions, that show about not nothing bad, the animals. People were people loved their pets and all that, even if it was something dangerous for them. And there was these people that had a bull that raised him from a calf. He was a great bull and just friendly and all this and that and other. And they wind up finding the owner beat all up in the pen, passed away one day. And I think part of that was that it was a female in season. And the guy was in the pen. Normally, the bull was docile and calm, and he just ran him up against the fence and did all this and that and the other. And that's what they said. They think that the bull was just playing with him and did not mean to take his life, but it did. So that kind of sticks in your head a little bit. Maybe we shouldn't have been watching those shows, but still worry. You know, but Johnny snuck back in again. But yeah, let's see. I think there's still some daylight out here. Yep. Uh, I'm probably fitting to get out of here, guys. And I would stay over since Dale's not going to be on tonight. But I think everybody's getting hungry, going to get something to eat because of all the pickle pizza that was talked about earlier and such as that. So I talked about the hamburger steaks. I think everybody's ready to get something to eat. Um, oh, Johnny's just been hiding. He's been lurking. Yeah, yeah. That one there, Gene just put up. There was that one, the Gaboon Viper. Oh God, that's the only time I've ever heard about one of those. And it's basically its venom as an anticoagulant. Basically, your water turns super thin. Your blood becomes super thin. And when the police got to her apartment, because somebody called for a welfare check, and they thought it was a crime scene because she was bleeding from everywhere. But she called that Kaboom Viper. There's like a big souped up rattlesnake. Loved her. It would never bite her and hurt her, but it did. I'm gonna stop with all the bad downer stuff right now. But yeah, since I had to cut the water off up here yesterday, I'm gonna go make sure there's water in the trough real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of here, and y'all guys have a great night. Enjoy your meals. I hope I didn't ruin the meals for y'all by talking about the horrible stuff I just talked about. But anyway, so so I've got to get up here and make sure this water's cut on the trough, make sure it's full, and they'll be good for the rest of the night. So while not affecting my water pressure, hopefully. So that being said, y'all have a great night. Y'all go watch somebody else's live. Enjoy it tonight and the rest of the week. And I'll hopefully be back and see y'all next week if work don't get in the way, y'all. So have a great night. I love y'all. Have a good one.